7:29. No, I didn't say anything. You said mic check. I said all clear. All right. Only 9 people. Don't think so. He said he would miss last race, and there was a chance that he missed this one. So we're missing Jupe. We're missing Spec. Mm-hmm. Just come on, please, Skunk, please. Who could we see here? We're missing Jupe. We're missing Spec. Um. Yep. Hey boys, for you guys who just joined, we are just getting ready to roll. As of now, we only have 9 drivers ready to go for this race, which is a little bit of a letdown. I thought we were going to have more, but nonetheless, it should still be entertaining. Today is Monaco Grand Prix, a small racetrack north of the Mediterranean, tight corners, tight track in general, and a lot of famous corners. You got your hairpin, you got your swimming pool section, you got Rascas, you have almost every important corner. Don't want to say important, but every famous corner here. Only standing up against Eau Rouge. Very tight track, difficult track. What are you expecting out of this race, Lucky?
A lot of unpredictability, I think for sure, because this track is extremely difficult. For sure, it's the hardest track on the calendar. Also, probably gonna expect a lot of accidents to happen as well. We saw last season we had Kami Recon get the pole position, and he unfortunately had a massive accident. Movo ended up taking his first ever win, becoming a massive upset. So, just whoever's going to win this race is going to be one that's not going to be pushing the hardest. He's not going to necessarily be the fastest. He's going to be the one who keeps it out of trouble.
Absolutely. This track is about consistency. It's not about hot lapping. And it's you go from Australia to this, and the next week we're going to go from here to China, which is one of the faster tracks. So a lot of transitioning in the early moments of the season. I think we're in for a treat. I think you guys are in for a treat. I think we're going to have a good race here. Action-packed race. And not only that, but I think it's under the lights. So a little bit of
It's a
qualifying's in the day.
Day qualifying. Okay. Gonna actually pull up a track map because I'm going to do a little different this time because I don't want to mess up any names here, so I'm just gonna have it right here. But the moment it seems like no one's really gone out on track yet. Oh, hold up. There's a guy. There's a car. It's a Haas. By the looks of it, that might eat this J-Mac. Yep. So we'll have to see if he'll lay down the benchmark around here. I was watching him in practice. He seemed to be really having a difficult time on this track. He's not familiar with these F1 games. That's for sure. And I was watching his throttle inputs. I don't know if he was using an assist or not, but he was having a hard time punching the throttle down at all these corners. I mean, it's not an easy track, but I mean, I was having more difficult time than I thought he would.
Yeah, it's a difficult track. And everyone's going to have a difficult time here. The tires heat up so quickly. That's a big problem here. That's what I was talking to the other drivers before the race. But anyways, going back to J-Mac, he was able to lock up the IndyCar Championship on Monday night, so congrats to him. Proud of him on his accomplishments, but we're looking at the here and the now, which is the Monaco Grand Prix. It's nothing that you've ever... It's such a tight track, such a difficult track. Everyone's going to have problems at this racetrack. I don't think anyone's going to run a flawless race. So I think J-Mac has the potential to do it. He's a guy that can keep his nose out of trouble and have a pretty solid race. Last week, he unfortunately got caught up in that lap 1 incident, gave him 10th place. Still a point, but it's a long way to go. Oh, and almost, a Red Bull almost clips him as he's starting his lap, but anyways, good luck to J-Mac tonight. See how he's able to do as he rolls through Sector 1. This part of the track right here, you can take it pretty quick at first glance, but then as you keep going through it and you keep trying to put too much throttle in, it gets really loose through there and you lose a lot of traction. Now you go into the hairpin, probably the most iconic iconic corner on the F1 calendar. And then you go through here, you go through the tunnel, which is next. Now, what's very interesting about this track is it has, I would say, indoor portion, and the engineer can't tell you. Like, it's hard. The engineer can't tell you what's going on. And what's really, from what I've raced here, is the engineer loves to tell you something as you're going through the tunnel, and you can't hear anything. So we'll see if drivers have to face that. Then you have these couple chicanes right here. The one that he just went through was where Max Verstappen crashed out in FP3, which basically knocked him out of Monaco contention. Then he goes through the final turn, hits the second DRS, the first DRS zone, and crosses the line with a 1:14.1. Now, I will say this, a lot of times I did see a few 108s. I will say that. I know Recon has a 108, and a lot of people are also close to the 108s. Duke with a 1:10.3, yep. There's an example of a really fast guy. He'll be looking to overcome his problem from last week with a thumb that went numb. Cost him, like he says, a second place finish. Cost him to finish back and forth. We'll see if those physical issues affect him in this race, he can bring home a Monaco victory. Ellis here also ran a time. He is now second place. He didn't race last week. Last season, he didn't really make big headlines, but for him to be second, now third, I think he's got to be feeling pretty confident. KSI 8 Skurd up to second. Midnight retired from the session. I think he may have crashed, retired from the session. Anyways, we have KSI 8 Skurd.
Yeah, he did. He crashed. He crashed in the scene section. That final chicane. He went too wide and just hit the wall. Very easy to do there.
That's where Max Verstappen cost his pole shine. You can see KSI got held up by traffic, but I don't think he was gunning for a lap. He now sits second, about 5.5 tenths behind Duke. He basically dominated the race last week, and even with a little bit of a scare at the end, he was able to win. The question is, can he go 2 for 2? Right now, he needs to be a little quicker, as he's actually fallen back down to third. Hellas here has moved up to second. He's really making a name for himself now, boys. Not giving that Mercedes power.
Ooh, as he hits the wall a little bit there, and I can see looked on his onboard. But talking about KSI, in practice, he hasn't really been up. He hasn't been able to put up a match to Recon. He's been the fastest driver this whole time. I don't know if he's been sandbagging. I don't know what he's got in store, but and he's still in the third for the podium, but he just hasn't been on the same pace as guys like Recon. So we'll have to see if he's got the race pace, if he's got the patience to stay in the fight for the win. But looking in terms of the statistics, it's not in his favor.
We can have another guy that week, but the statistics kind of don't favor him. Is Tactical Austin. Been a very emotional week for this guy. It's been difficult for him. He would love to cap off this week with a win, his first win at Shake and Bake, and what a time to do it at Monaco. You know he's going to be hungry to get his first win with a lot riding on the line. Currently, he sits fourth, about 1.5 seconds behind Duke. I think that'll definitely go down since he's not even on the fastest compound, but we'll just have to see as the next 11 or so minutes unfold.
KSI is up on his lap. See right now, I think on his lap. I'm putting C purple here, but he's on his lap for now. And going through Anthony's nose, the final corner ERS. He's going to have enough ERS to make it to the line by the look of it. And that'll be P2 now. Takes that spot away from Hellas here provisionally. He's still got about 1 session. Still. That extra lap there, he may never do a lap, might not do a lap again, but doesn't hurt to keep putting in the extra practice in qualifying.
Indeed. And now we look at Comey Recon 7. A lot of people pick him as the favorite to win this race. He was very fast here last season, as you noted. And he's really been sweeping time trials. He currently has, I think, entering today, was a second ahead of the next fastest guy. And to do that at Monaco is just incredible. And we know he's going to be trying to nail his lap, as you see tire carcass falling off. But now he's going to go through the tunnel section. This guy is one of the fan favorites. Straight out of Red Bull. See if he can get this win. And see if he can get this pole. This is where he got the pole last season. I don't know if that's going to be a track cut. Yeah. We'll have to see. Luckily,
that was pretty massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he invalidated his lap. I saw in the second times that he still had his first intercept. Yeah, I don't think it really counted there, but I think as well one reason why he may be that fast is this track doesn't really favor the controllers. In this game, it's not as bad as previous games. The controllers have it a little. It's not as they don't have as much of a difficult time. It's not as challenging, but it's still very difficult for controller drivers, pad users, to be on the same pace as wheel users. So Recon's got that in his favor, but nevertheless, he's been performing fantastic this whole weekend. So he's definitely been in favor for this one.
Trying to bring the Red Bull power. Oh, at Monaco, and Austin's out.
Just looked at him and that what part of Casino was it? Yeah, it was Casino. The right-hander, he turned it too early, bounced off the wall and bounces off again and loses both his front wheels. Absolute scenes here in Monaco. definitely was going to be able to better his lap time. He's doing much better times in practice, so that is his qualifying G's up in smoke.
The thing about this track is it's so difficult to pass. You're gonna have both Austin and Midnight starting from basically the back. Recon to 4th, the 1:10.8, about 2/10 behind where I think he wants to be.
Yeah, that was a banker for him. That's nowhere near what he could do. I mean, time trial, I know time trial is different, but I think he could definitely get into the 8s, that's for sure. So he's not, I think he just put a lap down to be safe. God forbid he gets in an incident.
He was 2/10 up after the first split. We'll see if he continues to go out there for another lap. He's really low on ERS though.
Yeah, he's gonna need to go to the pits again. Just take a little time, get a little break. You know, your mind relaxed. You know, heading into the final stages of qualifying where it all matters.
See if he gambles for this. Oh, he hit the wall there. That's gonna chip his wing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. He probably is going to pits, but even when you're going in your in lap, you have to keep your focus still. It's so hard, and you just got to make sure that you don't do anything silly because it could just completely ruin your whole section.
Yellow flag out there for Riot 2, who is currently in 6th place with a 1. He took a lot of blame on that first wreck last week. He was able to come back and finish 5th, so I guess it's a good day if you look at it that way. He's definitely going to be looking to pick up here. He wasn't one of the fastest guys when it came to time trials, but as we've seen in Spa, he's got good race pace, and he can keep it up as he goes to pit road. We still have one more driver yet to go on his lap time, and that is Dion. Be interesting to see when he goes out and runs a lap.
All right, Duke's gonna go for another run right now. He's gonna reach the end of Sector 1. And that's a very good Sector 1, actually. 18.5, that's pretty decent first sector for him. Now heading through to the Lowe's hairpin. Now he's gonna enter through Portier's second gear. Sequence right-handers. Oh, he hits that one very perfectly. Just hitting the curb, doesn't hit the wall. Very nice. Through there. Now he's going through the tunnel section, one of the most iconic parts of Monaco. Now, through the Nouvelle chicane. This is very difficult, you know, not to hit the wall or, you know, or cut the corner. Now to the back. 5th gear keeps it at 6. Oh, that was very dicey there. Almost hit the wall. At the best line. Then through the swimming pool. Oh, it almost spins, but that's going to definitely hurt his lap time. Now through to back. Going to keep it in 2nd. Puts it down to 1st. Then Anthony's nose the final corner. Not the tidiest of laps. Let's see if that improves. Oh, he's only down by 2/3 of a second there. Definitely didn't look like the best laps, but you know, he's still got 5 minutes left. He can go into the pits again and go for another run.
Now we'll see where he is after Sector 1 to really see where he is. Yeah, he's 2/10 off. Now we got Recon out on track. He is doing his outlap, and so is KSI and Dion. Dion's gonna put down a lap in the next few minutes, but like we said earlier, Recon, but a lot of people have said he's the favorite to win this race. So strong here last season, so strong in time trials. He's like the Chase Elliott of Michigan.
Here he goes. He's gonna start his lap right here. He's gonna get the best exit possible. Put the DRS put into mode 5, and here we go. Sent the vote 4th gear, doesn't use much curbing. Still, it was a pretty tight line. Definitely could have gained a few more times through here. Now he's going to go through Massenet, which is going to lead into Casino, which is where Austin wrecked a few moments ago. End of the first sector, going into Mirbeau. This is a very difficult corner. Very difficult to understeer off. Now to those hip and doesn't have the best line, but keeps off the wall comfortably. Now through Portier. Goes very wide on that second part there. It's not going to really help his lap. Now through tunnel once again. The break a little late enough to meter board for the Nouvelle chicane. Going to use a little bit of that curve there. Nice line. Up to 6th gear now, going it back. keeps it off the walls. Swimming pool hits the wall a little bit. This is a very difficult part here. Very easy to select the car. Oh, it's not the best of lines going to pack, but makes it work though. Pretty good line, nevertheless. Set up the corner, maybe not the entry. And he's knows DRS open, doesn't take a shorter line for some reason. Maybe he's going to set up for another lap, but still a 109.5. 8/10 and due to Rebel, so he is good to go in pole. I honestly don't think he needs to do another lap because I think pretty secure.
And you see though, KSI's on the board.
There he is. Another favorite for this race as well. Maybe he wasn't. Oh, understeer through to the back. Oh, a little bit oversteer. Anthony knows. Don't think that's going to help his lap at all. What's it going to be? It's a 10.0. We left the second, but half a second off Recon. I definitely think he's got more left in the tank. As Recon is going to slow down a bit. Now he's going to save everything he has. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to run, but everything changed so quickly in qualifying.
KSI is 2/10 up from his first lap. If he continues to pluck 2/10 a sector, that will be the pole.
He's so on his lap. He's using a very different. He's using third gear through 4K, which is a very interesting choice. I would not be using that kind of gear. There'd be a lot of understeer there. I've been noticing this too. He's been using higher gears throughout the corners. I'm not sure if he feels that will come to plan, but hey, you know what the hell? I'm 10th up on his lap right now. Let's see if he's surely gonna gain more of this through the back. Much nicer through there. He's definitely gonna gain 2 or 3 tenths. Nicer here through Anthony's nose. He's gonna head up to the line. What's it gonna be?
Oh, just a 10th off.
Just a 10th off. I definitely was right though. He did gain a lot of time to that final sector, but just not enough. And that was his one chance to take Recon off pole position because it doesn't look like Recon will be coming back out.
Remember last season though, it looked like Duke would have had the pole and then Recon snatched it away from him in the final moments, literally, as time expired. Dion picks up by a second or two. I don't know who that guy was, but yeah, we've still got a lot of people out here. The Mercedes is actually up on his time as well.
Yeah, Hell is here. I don't know if anyone does remember this, but he raced a handful race at the very start of season. Ooh, he hits the wall there. At the very start of season 1, then took a long break. You know, was absent for a while, and now he's returned. This is his first race of the season, and he's definitely put on a good show so far. P4 at the moment in qualifying, but the race is where it all counts, and who knows, maybe he could be the upset victor today.
Oh yeah, that second sector really killed him. He lost about a second through there. He's almost out of ERS, so that's probably going to be his qualifying bout right there.
He's been having a very difficult time by the looks of it this weekend. Just, you know, I mean, it's not really a pad track, but still, Monaco cannot find a grip. See, he almost hits the wall there, almost did a Schumacher there, but he's gonna call it quits. He's gonna, you know, doesn't want to ruin the car anymore.
Ooh, Duke is pushing it, man. Oh yeah, I think Duke's lap is over. He was really pushing. Recon is gonna have one more lap to roll with before he closes out.
Wow, that's bold.
Qualifying is over from the majority of the field. Duke's gonna cross the line pretty far off. Now it's coming down to these two, but you can see Mercedes is just gonna say, all right, I'm gonna qualify 4th. But call me Recon 7. The man out of Asheville, North Carolina,
He's still
is
going
to take the pole. Well, unless he disqualifies himself, but I think he should know. No one else is out on track that has a valid lap. So congratulations to Call Me Recon. He's going to be having the cleanest air of everyone else. Unlike,
we messed it up on that Nouvelle chicane. He was on a much better lap than it was before. Oh man, how's gonna be a good lap?
Like Midnight, who's gonna have to drive through about 8 people if he wants to get to the lead. So Recon has gotten his first pole of the year, His third pole, actually no, his fourth pole in Shake and Bake. Getting it done.
Yeah, very good job by Call Me Recon. You know, being the favorite into the race. He's got the pole. He's got that checked off. Now it's all about winning at Monaco, and he is surprisingly not won a race in all of Shake and Bake. So maybe today will be a different day. Here we go.
Damn,
Call Me
at
Recon
last.
P1. Yeah, actually does improve in his lap. Does a 9.3 actually. So I was wrong. KSI ain't scared. Last week's winner. Gets P2 to Rebel in P3. How is here for? Technical Austin, despite having it crash, we'll be starting on the Ultra stocks too, nonetheless. In P5, Riyadh 2, 6, another one on Ultras. J-Mac, the Haas cars, J-Mac and Dion on Ultras. And Rizzo will be P10. Apparently, years are in the Force India still.
You know, freaking know at this point. But yeah. Right, Midnight, the good thing about him is, even though he's qualified in 9th, he's going to have the option for his tire. So, he can go super soft and really invert the strategy if he really wants to. And anyways, we are getting ready to go here at Monte Carlo. One of the richest places, one of the smallest countries in Monaco is one of the smallest countries. And also one of the richest countries. So, who's going to get rich after this race? Who's going to take a dip in the swimming pool after their win? We will find out in around 45 minutes.
Yeah, this is the crown jewel race of the season. You definitely want to have your name written on the Hall of Fame as to be a winner here. It's something. This is the Indy 500 for Formula One. It's just one of the biggest races of the season, and Cumbria is definitely eyeing up the trophy. 3, 4, and now 5 whites. And we are away. Recon seems to have gotten a good start, so is KSI. So they're going to go 3 wide in the corner, and apparently your car is racing this, and the whole leaderboard's inverted. And How is here has made up his way up to 3rd place, passing Duke to Rebel Duke for the 2nd week in a row, losing places off the start. Definitely not on his side. At the center one.
Oh,
now
we lost 4th. Oh, we have a rat. No, we're good. It was my car.
No, we're fine. Internet hairpin here. Recon holding on to a oh, they're 2 wide. Hamilton's going to make it up to 2nd place, a bold overtake.
Moved by the Mercedes.
KSI 3rd. Oh, the first one. That is risky there in Portier. But this is what Recon wants to see. He has put out almost a 2-second lead already, and he hasn't even hit the 2nd sector split yet. Another notable right here.
Oh!
It's a spin in the wall. I don't know if there's definitely there is an endpoint damage. There's left on endpoint damage. Just got a little too greedy and he will be going to the fix.
So is J-Mac.
Well, sometimes just get a bit, this track you get a bit too greedy around, especially around the swimming pool section, and it eats you up. And it's first race back, and he's definitely that's kind of not the best welcoming to the F1 league. That is for sure certain. Now, are you racing? Because it says that you are actually racing.
Oh, that is not good.
Because you're currently 5th ahead of.
So yeah, Dion told me to switch to the Force India before the race. I was like, don't I need to be commentating? And now I'm actually in the race.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Well, that's a big duty there in the race. That's not very good. As notable tactical Austin has made it up to 3rd place, starting at 5th on the Ultra Softs. Very good start from him ahead of Duke Rebel. So Duke just once again is just not doing a good job at the start. He's currently kind of losing places all the time, and have to make up a lot in a race with Austin. Almost loses it out of Santa Vote. They're not very good. We're gonna have to start to pay attention to how these guys drive, because like you said before, it's so easy to overheat the rear tires on this track because of the new tire model. And
Oh, a punt!
no, that was a punt. That was a massive nudge there by Duke. But like I was saying, you're gonna have to start paying attention to how they drive and how squirmy the guys are gonna be around the high speed corners, because I found it very difficult to keep the tire temperatures in check. I wasn't even pushing, as we have
Dion.
yellow flag. Oh, is that Dion? It may have been Dion, right?
J-Mac has to pit again. 2 times in the first 2 laps.
It's definitely not how you want to start your race. Once again, having another difficult weekend in the F1 League. He's definitely got a long hill to climb, but he's definitely, I'm pretty sure, if he keeps his head in the game at the moment, he will end up with a good finish. Now Risen, another notable here, he's behind a weird alien Force India, racing alien Force India of someone who I have no idea who he is. I don't know how he joined, but Risen made up 3 places from the start on his super soft, pretty smart move there, and he's gonna make a move on the ghost car. Is he? He's not. Okay.
Oh!
This is not ideal. Because he definitely looks like the quicker car than the Force Indian. Definitely is quicker than Riyadh 2. So once again, actually, I think this is the second race in a row where he started from the back, or had to make his way. That's not ideal for him, as it looks like Riyadh 2 has a bit of endpoint damage too on the right side as well. I don't know if you can see that, but he has definitely hit the wall at some point, and definitely gonna have to get that fixed pretty soon. Actually, he's going to pit right now, and he's speeding the pit lane. Oh, everything's gone from bad to worse. Actually, not gone bad to worse. Everything has just gotten worse for him. Sorry, he was in a decent spot already. And also, it looks like KSI has started to gain a little bit on Coleman Recon. He's gained about half a second on Recon's lead by the looks of it, so maybe Recon's tires are starting to overheat. I don't know. We'll have to see later. What was Riyadh to his DNF from the session? I think he may have. He's definitely had an accident somewhere. May have hit the pit exit, I think might be my assumption. May have hit the wall there. But, man, that's another bad race for him, as Dion doesn't have enough turning radius through the hairpin and has had to reverse it out of there in order to not hit the wall. His Duke Rebel's in the pits, actually.
Really stop?
Probably, maybe his tires are overheated too much. He's gonna go into super softs. See if he can take these to the end. I don't know how long these supers will last. They can definitely last a while, but I was finding myself practicing on super softs that they started to overheat around lap 9 and 10. So I don't know. We'll have to see what's gonna happen here. He's gonna enter just ahead of Hellas here. So that's good for him. He'll be ahead of him, but Hella here is going to be thinking, I was ahead of him in the first lap, maybe if I didn't make that mistake, I still would have been second, maybe. So, stuff like that in his mind. But also, I've noticed Sai is a quarter of a second behind Recon now. So, whether or not Recon made a mistake or his tires overheating, that is key. I definitely think his tires are thinking they're both going to pit.
This is going to be a tight race, boys. You got the solid Red Bull pick crew. Remember 2 years ago here? He's putting on a wing.
Change.
Well done.
Well, that'll explain it. That's definitely how he lost his 2 seconds. And he has just lost the effective lead to KSI. Not what he wanted at all. And gonna have to check the tires. It looks like KSI is actually on the ultimate side by side with Raisin and
Oh, baby.
gets
No,
the place.
Duke and... Oh, Hell is Here just got by Duke for 5th. I completely missed that.
Yeah, I definitely, there was a lot of noise he made back, didn't quite catch it, but yeah, Hell is Here makes a very bold move on Duke the Rebel for 5th place at the moment. He did hit right the first stop, so he's gonna have to probably make another stop because I don't see him making it all the way on those ultra softs. But who knows? That might play out in his favor. And another notable is that KSI is on the ultra. As Tactical Austin, a 3-second time penalty. Not what he wanted. He's around, and I think Duke did too as well. So I was gonna say I wasn't gonna help him in his battle with Duke, but I think it's a level playing field at the moment. And the KSI is on the ultras. That's a very interesting move. Maybe he'll be doing a 2-stopper, taking a 1-stopper somehow, but Kami Recon on these supers. So we'll have to see how that all unfolds, the strategies, because these tires overheat pretty quickly. Just watching on Kami Recon 7 right now and going through the hairpin. Besides that one mistake, he's just been pretty smooth. Oh, commentator.
Oh, what happened here?
Oh my god, I was just complimenting him, and I just gave him the commentator's curse out of nowhere as he spun it out of the exit of the lowest hairpin. I'm not sure. I don't know what he did there. It's like he floored it. And he spun it around. He's definitely lost a bit of wing. I think Hellister may have had some wing damage too. Unless he's got away scot-free, as he's always slid a bit through to back. Oh man, he's sliding everywhere too. That's I'm telling you, massive deal around this circuit. You have to be
drifting.
Yeah, he is for real. He gets more drifting around the whole circuit. And I mean, just gotta be careful. And I don't know, and he's drifting again in the turn 1. His rear tires are definitely shot. His ultras have been on. He is definitely abusing the ultras, and Duke Rebel is right behind him. Just all over his gear.
Oh!
And Casino is gonna make a move on the inside. He made it stiff. He got it. There we go. Wow. His heart was in his throat, Duke Rebel, because that could have been race ending for both of them.
Recon is just having major issues with his handling.
I've also noticed too that KSI's took out a big chunk of Tactical Austin's lead. He also may be on the older tires, but I didn't think that it was going to be that big of a. I think he's going to close in that much, but we'll have to see. I think Austin's just trying to take caution at the moment. He knows his surroundings, and he's probably just trying to keep it a cool, calm race. Doesn't look like Hellis here is going to make a pit stop. Doesn't have any wing damage, surprisingly, after having multiple moments on that last 2 laps. As there goes Recon, he's going to go straight to pits now, wing damage. Like I said before, it was his race to lose, and he's just... I mean... He started on the pole, he was the favorite, and just so easy to make a mistake, and it's just deja vu all over again for him. He's going to rejoin out probably in 7th place still. Actually, never mind. He actually comes out Redon in 8th place, so that's not really going to help him. There's always one more car to overtake for him. That's how his steer gets a penalty as well. But another note, I guess Sai is all over the back of Tactical Austin now for the lead. He doesn't have to pass him though. Bear in mind, because Austin has to pit still, because Austin is on the ultras. Austin doing a pretty good job, though. You know, a lot of people are trucking on those same tires, but he is taking it cautious, hasn't really made any mistakes other than a quarter cutting penalty, but he's just been keeping a very clean race so far. Tip of the hat to him. Oh, there goes KSI. That was a close moment. It almost like I thought he was going to make a move. That would have been ill-advised. On map 11, and a different strategy, so that would not be race benefiting. Now, for him, I would just keep doing what he's doing right now. Not too involved with Austin. He's on a different strategy, on older tires. You know, if he lets you through, that's through, but, you know, gotta be careful. This is Monaco. It's not impossible, but it is close to being impossible to pass. Oh, man. They made contact in turn one. I don't think he got any damage, but it sure did look like he hit the back of him. Definitely has the advantage on pace. He taps the wall slightly. Dion's used the road there to both the two leaders now at Mirabo. Now, if I were Austin, I would just keep calm. You know, he's a much faster guy behind you, but bear in mind, you just gotta launch your position, trying to crack under pressure. Who knows, he might be in a winning position like Kimi Räikkönen was. That's a side by side.
Oh, contact.
Trying to do a Verstappen on the outside, but it doesn't work for him. And Austin still maintains the lead. This is like Mansell versus Senna in 92. However, in a different stage of the race, this is just madness right now. These guys are out for blood.
This is allowing Midnight to close up. I think all of these guys are playing different strategies. I don't think KSI can one-stop. I think he needs to pit again, and so does Austin. If Austin can hold him up and maintain this lead, what a move that would be. But he's got to maintain the lead. He can't give this up. And KSI is not going to give up right behind him. Throughout these past few laps, he's been right there. Hellas here gets a speedy penalty. Austin messes up. And KSI takes the lead away.
I didn't quite see that. I don't know if he made a mistake or purposely let him through, but honestly, that's gonna definitely lower his heart rate. That is for sure. So yeah, I don't think he'll have too much to worry about now. But also, I've really mentioned about him before, but Griffin Midnight just still keeps on impressing. Started from the back of the field, he's now up to third. He hasn't pit yet. Yeah, he may be on the super tires, but still, he's just been. It's just a thing now. I think that's his thing. And also, he is Monegasque. This is his home Grand Prix. So if he can get a podium again, that would be amazing for the Monegasque driver. He's just been very smooth and consistent. He just doesn't make any mistakes. And very conservative. He's definitely impressed me a lot as a driver. Just very composed. As 3-second gets a 3-second time penalty. But just been doing a great job. Hopefully he can hold on to this. Just done fantastic so far. You know, it may be the second race of the season, but just he may not have the pace, but just his composure, his maturity so far has been bar none.
Look who has moved up into 4th place, boys.
I wonder who that is. Actually missed it, but Dawson has made his pit stop. He's on his super softs. Definitely, that's a smart move. There's Call Me Reaper.
Oh.
Like I said, bad to worse. Bad to worse for him. It's just like days of. It's like Groundhog Day for him. It's just he may have not. I don't know if he DNF in season 1, but just man, oh man, just every opportunity he's given, he just all seems to. He all just messes up. it all seems to disappear from his grasp. So that's a real shame.
A lot of people thought he had good chances going into this weekend, but the Monegasque bug bites once more.
Yeah, I'm more interested in seeing what tires Midnight is going to choose because he's got a lot of options. That is for sure. We'll have to see how long he does go on these supers. So I found it very difficult to keep the tires in check. But if I were him, I'd probably put on the Ultras, but, you know, what does my opinion care? What does my opinion care? So, as long as he just keeps it cautious. And I don't know if you saw, he was lifting through the swimming pool section. I don't know if that's because of his handling issues or just him wanting to be extra cautious on making it to the end.
Strategy's pretty cut out for him. I think everybody except Austin, I think, can make it the distance. Everybody's got to go one more stop, except for Hellas here. Now, he might have played this strategy out to the point that he could snatch a fourth. Because he's been fighting with Duke this entire time. If he plays the right tire strategy call, he could get fourth place. And, you know, beating the guy that finished second in the championship last year has got to be a huge accomplishment. So, he's definitely going to be looking to maybe play that strategy perfectly.
Yeah, that's for sure. Actually, let's go on board with Hellas here for a little moment on Monaco. Seems like he and Duke are identical.
Oh, Duke!
Oh my goodness! I might have to stop talking. There's a safety car.
Safety car is out for the first time this season. That just made the race 10 times more interesting. Oh, and Duke is going to be furious after that moment. Wow. The amount of contenders we've lost.
I have to say, he and Hellas here were pretty level on pace because they were within a second of each other on the track. But now, Duke's just crashed it. They're hopeful run this circuit. He got a second place last season, and unfortunately he was not going to be unable to replicate that. So that is a massive shame for the Sauber driver. Not off to the best start for them because he's been the only one racing so far this season, and he didn't get a podium last week, which he was aspiring to achieve. Now he's got a DNF and another one as well. Real Steel will be racing in the next race of China. He's been unable to attend any of the races so far, so just not a good start for that team.
The championship favorite entering the season hits the wall at Monaco. Boy, that's going to be a setback.
Now, I've also just realized this, but you gotta think right now. What do you, if you were KSI, what would you do now? What would you do? Would you pit, or would you stay out for a little longer?
I think if you're KSI, you can't make it to the end on those tires. You can try to make it if you come in for Ultras again. You can definitely make it if you come in for Super Softs. You know that if he stays out, he needs to pit again. Midnight is questionable.
He stays out.
Austin has the chance to make it to the end. There's a very good chance, and Hellas here. Those two, very good chances they can make it to the end. They only have 4 laps on supers. I think they can make on tires.
J-Mac has got a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. I'm assuming that means he overtook someone. The recognition, or he was just going a bit too fast. I don't quite know. I haven't seen people get penalties under the safety car in a long time, so I can't really say. But also notable, Risen has pitted for the ultra soft tires, so I'll be honest, that's a bit of a bold move by him. I don't know if he'll make the distance, but he's got the safety car period to really keep his tires in check. And also, it looks like KSI is has not pit, so he is probably going to do a two-stopper and go all guns blazing at the end of the race.
Now, I will direct the attention to the penalty counter. Now,
Oh,
we
boy.
have Dion at 3 seconds, J-Mac at 3 seconds, Austin at 3 seconds, Duke at 3 seconds. Well, Duke's out of the race. 3 seconds. Hell is here at 3 seconds. J-Mac at 3 seconds again. Recon at 3 seconds, and Dion's at 3 seconds. So what we're looking at here, everybody, Austin, Hell is here, they have 3-second time penalties. Midnight and KSI, and you see, he's gonna get the stop and go penalty. That's gonna really ruin his chances. But KSI and Midnight do not have penalties. But at the same time, if you look at the warnings, KSI is at, yes, KSI is at 2. I think the next time KSI gets a warning, it'll turn into a 3-second time penalty. So.
Okay. Yeah. It seems like if as long as you don't get a penalty, and it's kind of hard, especially at that final chicane. It's pretty hard to, not get a penalty. But it seems like it's more of, and it's all Monaco. It's how clean you are in the race, and it's just fortune. Fortune favors the brave. That's true, but what fortune favors those who are, wouldn't say. What's the right word to say? Fortune favors those who are sensible, I guess. Maybe that's too harsh of a word to use, but yeah.
Safety cars coming in this lap. It'll be on KSI's go. Gonna come down to the wire. So keep in mind, everybody on the lead lap has a 3-second time penalty except for KSI and Risen. And Hellas here needs to do a stop and go. So that is what the penalty situation looks like. We are back racing here at Monaco. We have an issue in the back. I think Dion must have destroyed his front wing. It was either Dion or Hellas here. They got really tight with each other. And you could just see the carbon fiber exploding back there.
Yeah, for sure. This is like, it's like confetti everywhere. Just, I mean, it's Monaco. What do you expect? It looks like KSI still holding his own there in the lead at the moment. Austin not too far behind though. He's keeping his nose in. On newer super soft still. May not be the fastest, but I think he'll still have that edge very shortly.
Austin is driving it in there, man.
I saw it too.
He's driving for something. I'm telling you.
I mean, he threw it away last week. He definitely had the chance to win Australia, but man, he made a lot of mistakes that cost him the win. And, hold on a second. KSI is ghosted, and Austin is potentially trying to fight for the lead at the moment. I don't know if paused. Well, I think now it's back to normal, but that was a very odd moment there. I'm not sure what happened, if there was any lag, but that has brought Risen right up to the back of Austin now. So it's a three-way fight, potentially for the four-way fight, as Hellas here is toes in as well.
Wow, I was I was muted, but going through that. Okay. I thought Austin had completely ruined that one. But anyways, at the hairpin, Risen was giving Austin some shots. I actually saw him quite a few shots going through there. I don't know if they're love taps or what, but man, oh man.
He's got the tire advantage in terms of life and speed. but like around that hairpin, it's so easy to hit the back of someone and just like push them. It becomes like Martinsville Rubber Racing. It's a real challenge, that's for sure.
Ironically, we are going to Martinsville next week, so I'm going to be like Fox. Will Kyle Busch win another one at Martinsville, get another clock, and make it to the championship 4? Or will somebody else, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, Boyer, Logano, Kurt Busch, anyone on the outside looking in, can they punch their ticket into Miami? As it looks like we're going to have a fight for 3rd.
Oh, it's heating up. It is indeed. Oh, is Howard going to make another bull move? No, he doesn't. Wow, as both of them really close in at breaking zone in Austin. As KSI is pulled it away. It looks like that battle is starting to... there's no fights everywhere. I don't know if people are corner cutting or if they're just like making mistakes. I don't even know. It distracts me. Yeah, this battle for second is definitely not over. It looks like Briston is on the rampage moment. He wants that bread really badly. So, yeah, he is always right back at the casino. Austin, that corner is definitely in his mind. He made that mistake in qualifying, but just, yeah, he's got a lot on his plate at the moment. Man, I don't know if I use what do you think of this car? Because I feel like this has definitely exceeded my expectations in terms of racing. Because this battle for second has just been, I don't know if I would call it a battle, but gives me hope. Yeah, I thought the third downer for the race, but it's actually not been too big of an issue.
Yeah, these guys are all pretty close to each other. Even KSI hasn't really pulled away with this race just yet. And he's going to pits as I say that. How about that? Now Tactical Austin. Actually, it's going to be Midnight who inherits the lead because of the 3-second time penalty. I did make a prediction before this race. I think we would see a first-time winner. Well, first, second, and third have all not won a race yet. So, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
KSI is out of the pits now. He's going to need to find a way to make up about 17 or so seconds. I think he can do it. We'll just have to see if it happens. Ooh, Midnight almost lost it on exit. Hell is here's going to take that opportunity and take second place away. He hits the wall as well. He's fine. Dion is out of the race in 6th place. And that's going to basically award J-Mac 5th place. And I don't know. I think that's going to be a real confidence booster as Dion is in the middle of the racetrack. Ghosted or not, I'm not too sure. But that could have been really bad.
I wouldn't have taken my chances there.
Yeah. These top 3 are all right on each other. Now, if they keep like this, KSI is going to pull up right on the back. Here goes the Mercedes to the outside line to take the lead. With 15 laps to go, side by side for the lead in the turn 1. They make it stick. Oh, contact off of turn 1. There's a wing chip. Oh, boy.
He almost made it around the outside of Santa Ball. That was...
Oh, he's going to be...
I can't say that. I can't say it anyway. I can't say it any other way. That was crazy. Oh my goodness. This is going to help KSI though. He's on those newer tires. He's got the newest tires in the field.
He's going to be eating for the next few laps.
He's been consistently the fastest driver as well. So he's,
there he goes.
It's for his. And here we go. Battle for the lead again.
Ducks to the inside. He's going to make the pass. Oh, contact again! Oh, man! They're still side by side. Oh, contact! Into the wall goes Austin and he spins out!
Oh, man, that was... Oh, that's... I don't know what to say. That was insane, but I would not have gone side by side to get back. As Austin, he is... I think he's got a puncture from that because the steering is a little cockeyed. But oh my goodness, man, how close can you get to your first win? It's just like there's a voodoo curse on him. He just cannot get it. Man, I don't know. I have no words. I really don't. Just doing such a great job, but I feel like side by side to the back is just not the way to go, and that just hurt Austin's race. We'll have to wait till the end of the race because there may be some after race penalties given to either Austin or Hell, but I couldn't really tell who's to blame for that.
That's hard racing, but at Monaco.
Yeah, probably was, yeah.
But now this puts Midnight. This puts Hellas here in the lead and Midnight in second. And yes, Hellas here does have that 3-second time penalty.
That is
but
true.
If he can get that gap, could win this race. He's gonna need Midnight to do. For Midnight, he doesn't have that penalty, but KSI is coming quick. And we all know how hard it is to pass at this track. That's definitely gonna play a factor into this.
I've just been watching KSI, and he's just been consistently faster than these guys. He's definitely got the party mode on. That is for sure. And you know, catching him is one thing, but also passing is another. As Ellis here just demonstrated, it's very difficult to pass. And unfortunately, contact had to be made. But we'll have to see how this race is going to unfold in about maybe 5 or 10 laps time, because we're going to see if these ultras are going to fade away. They're actually all in ultras, I believe. Gotta also think about Risen. He's on the oldest set of ultras. He's got 10 laps on those already, and I just gotta think, I don't know if he'll make it to the end of the race on those, because he put her in a safety car. So I'm thinking, I don't know if he'll get a puncture if his start overheating, but he's got to be thinking about that in the back of his head.
Indeed. We're coming down to the final 12 laps of this race. And first and second have held about a solid gap between each other. But look at the stories for both of them. You look at Hellas here. He raced a few races in Season 1, but he's more on the unknown side. And now he's leading at Monaco, even though there were some controversial moves in this race. He's leading at Monaco. We have Risen Midnight in second. For the second race in a row, starts deep in the field and has been able to climb his way up with tire strategy and pure speed. I mean, it could happen. One of these two could win this race. But then you look at KSI, who's in third. He is closing that gap much more than he needs to. But as you noted earlier, it's one thing to catch them, another to pass them. So we're just going to have to see how all of that unfolds in the next 11 and a half laps. Shout out to J-Mac in 5th place, even though he's gotten a lot of penalties. He's been able to mainly keep it out of the wall. And now he's in 5th place, so good work on his part. He's definitely going to be happy with the 5th place at Monaco. But you can see all these drivers are struggling at this race.
I mean, J-Mac definitely has been struggling. I'm looking at the race director now, and he's made 5 assists. So there you go. The IndyCar champion is having a difficult time. That just shows the level of skill you need to have to get around this racetrack. It's just, it just eats, it eats cars pretty much. And I don't think, I was expecting to see a fastest lap pop up for KSI, but that still holds to Recon, who is DNF from the race. So I don't know if KSI will get the fast lap to that honor may go to Comet Recon, but we'll have to see. But as you were saying, let me double check actually. I was in the movie. It's not like I didn't have a reason to be in the race director. But, yeah. So, it says that Hellas here has 2 penalties. One on lap 10 and one on lap 12. He had a stop go. I don't know if he served it. Risen Midnight has 1 warning. So this race is as KSI gets the penalty.
That's going to help Midnight quite a bit.
Well, that's going to help Risen. That's going to help Midnight for sure. Midnight needs to keep up his pace. He needs to put the hammer down. I'm actually going to go on his onboard right now and see what his ERS situation is like. He's got some to burn. I don't know how many seconds of time penalties Hell has, but he needs to put it down, because this could be his one shot to win at his home Grand Prix. Because Hell is here, he's got KSI has a reason. It can be very difficult for him to pass. So this is his time right now. This is his time to win here, to get his first win in his second start. Check and see how is here. He's got any penalties. He had a stop go, he probably served it.
Oh!
Kinda.
He must have missed the chicane. Because now look at the gap. Have to stop.
Oh wow. Yep, we did a 1 second gap now. It does say that he has a 3-second time penalty at least. He has 2 stop goes. Yeah, he did miss the chicane. I'm looking at his stream right now. He did miss the chicane. I think he got a penalty for that because he was going pretty slow. And fair play to him for that. But Midnight, I mean, if I'm him, I'm going for it. Maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't put it on full blast because overheating the tires, but this is your one shot. You may never ever get it again. I mean, I'm sure Midnight will have more opportunities to win, but this race has been a race of attrition, and to win here is a massive honor, and he's just gotta go. He's gotta put it all on the line.
Put it all on the line or not. Here comes KSI.
Yeah, he's in 2 seconds now. At Midnight. We haven't seen his racecraft. I mean, actually, he has a very clean race, but we haven't seen him pull any moves yet. Been in the lead most of the time. Besides that move at Casino. That was a good move, but have to see how he'll be when it comes to similar-esque strategy, I guess. Maybe not similar, but in a position where he needs to fight for the win.
He's just
Kind of going
up
forward
on
now.
Midnight.
Yeah, look at him. Touching the braking zones is insane. But if I were Risen, most drivers would be probably given a position or something. But if I'm him, I would make sure I defend as hard as I can, because he's got a penalty too, and his pace is monstrous. He's gonna look on the outside here in the tunnel. He's got the gap wide open. He's gonna make a move on the inside. He does it. Up to second.
Huge move right there.
Scared. Great move there. Now
He can breathe now.
he can breathe a little bit, but I think Midnight's chance of a win has just gone up in smoke, letting him through. I don't think he'll. I don't think he's gonna get the win that he was hoping for, but we'll see. Because look at that, already 1.5 steps behind KSI. That man is on a mission. I think Midnight's also another driver on the controller as well, so fair play to him. I believe Hell is also on the controller, so that's a pretty valiant effort from both those guys. It's also picks up another 3-second time penalty. Up in the fourth, decent recovery, albeit there may not be as many cars on the racetrack, but still, to have 4th place, where a lot of drivers have had their share of difficulties, is still a reasonable result.
So Hell is here. He's got the stop and go. He's got 2 stop and goes that we. Oh! We just completely missed it.
He missed it again. He's lost his wing. That was pretty anticlimactic. In my opinion, I just didn't see it happening. His mouse is spinning all over the place. Oh man. I wish he could be more energetic. I just didn't see anyone coming. It seemed like he for the moment, had the win intact as soon as KSI got past Midnight, but now, that is a heartbreak. I mean, I don't know if he really, I don't know if that's karma for his boss or not, but that blows. But he's done a great job. First race back in Shake and Bake. That is for sure.
Austin's gonna get by him here for third by a good margin. Oh, KSI almost lost. Right now, Midnight is still technically the leader.
Yeah, how long he'll last though. He's on 17 lap old ultras compared to KSI's 10 lap ultras. Now I don't know if that's gonna be a max, but well, I mean, that's just, we're gonna have to see if Midnight have to make another pit stop. As Austin has moved up in the podium positions now, see? Seems to be turning for him.
Can he hold on for 5 laps? I'm holding on.
You're holding on pretty well there. I mean, I hate to see that. Unfortunately, that's the second week in a row we've had to force India to bring too much high energy and start racing. So we do apologize for all the viewers watching. We don't know how this happened. We're hoping to fix
got out
this
on
for
the
the
track.
future.
Wow, I'm being an a-hole. I'm being an a-hole.
Yeah, you are. What are you doing, man? Come on.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
To be fair though, you brake checked me today. I don't realize that. That's not a really good idea that I've been doing. Jeez, you're crawling. Anyway, that gap now between first and second is around. Hello. I don't know. Anyway, but that gap is now around, give or take 5 seconds. Midnight is definitely struggling on those tires. But I'm gonna double check the penalties again and make sure. Yeah, so KSI would still have the win because he would have a 3-second buffer, but he's got over that, so he does not have a lot to worry about unless he makes a mistake, which most people have. So, I wouldn't get your hopes too high to stage race about him, but he's done an amazing job so far. Didn't even think he would be racing today. Yeah. He just moved into his new house, but that was a speedy transition for him. So, I mean, this is as good as it can get for him. Best way to start the season.
Finally, I move out. I'm not moving out of the way. What the heck? He's on. I put him in the wall.
I think, yeah, that was right. He's probably stealing all of the percentages right now, and I would definitely understand. That's a real shame that we have an AI car in the racetrack. I do feel bad for how that. I mean, I know I didn't do that, but I'll take apologies for that. That shouldn't happen. We'll face that in the next race. As Midnight has lost a lot of time now to KSI. He's went from 7.5 seconds now. So he's definitely made an error somewhere in that final sector. And it's KSI's race at the moment. It's 3 laps to go for him. He has to make no mistakes. We're gonna make it 2 for 2.
This is something we haven't really talked about, but the battle for third is somewot interesting because Austin has 9 seconds of time penalties. Hell only has 3. So there's a 6-second buffer. So if Hell is here can get within 6 seconds of Austin, which is right now very possible, even with the damaged front end plate.
Right.
It's gonna keep fluctuating. It has come down quite a bit though.
Yeah, because BDF, your ghost is now. So a lot of time it's 6 seconds about now.
Hey, I can get a podium. Hold up.
Wow, I want to get your hopes up there. We're gonna take that away from you. But encumbered podium potentially. But I think how if I'm him, if I see an opportunity to go for the overtake, you know, he probably doesn't even know that Austin has penalties. But if I'm getting an opportunity to overtake, I'm going for it. I'm going to make sure I make the overtake stick. So I want to make sure I'm still in the fight for that podium.
Right now, I mean, if the time penalties hold, LSU is going to get a podium. I don't know what has happened to Austin, but
I think Austin's just... He's been on the side for quite a while, actually, 12 laps, but... I think it's just Monaco. I think he's just probably making too many mistakes at the moment.
this track will bite you. But anyways,
for
we
real.
are at 1 lap to go. KSI ain't scared. Left off from last week. He is now leading this race by 0 seconds if you include the time penalties over Risen Midnight. Very successful race for him. He didn't really didn't really have the best start compared to Recon, as he almost spins out. I almost jinxed him right there. But it's still a relatively good race. Even with the strategy against him, he has continued to hold, and what a way. Oh, we have a fight for 4th. Bring out the elbows.
Oh, he's done it. He's made it through. Oh, you're side by side. Keep going. Oh, I'm watching this. Keep going.
We got a fight, baby. We have a fight for this is effective podium. Even though,
by the way, all right, the race is over now. KSI wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Risen Midnight in second. The gas driver, the whole native. It's
race
now.
over. What?
Is hell gonna get P3?
No, we still got 1 more lap.
Okay, you know what? I'm
Off
already
the
ready.
final
Keep
turn, KSI ain't scared. Dominating this race. He's gonna Monaco Grand Prix. Risen
going.
Midnight
Fantastic job.
with a good run. Oh, we might actually have a fight for 3rd because of that fighting. That's caused Austin to put up a gap. Midnight's gonna cross the line in 2nd place. Good finish for him. Now all eyes turn to the last spot on track. And if I was myself, I would move out of the way. But he's gonna have a good run through the tunnel. That's for sure. Oh, he hit the wall there.
I cannot believe it didn't.
Now he's gonna dive
Oh,
bomb.
he's gonna make a move the inside. This is it.
He's gonna take the pass. Now he's got to get all that time back on Austin. Within the short amount of time he has, he needs about a half a second. It's coming down rapidly. We'll see if he can get that final position. Who's gonna get the podium spot? Austin able to pull out a little. He's locking up. He's gonna throw everything he has to the line. Off the final turn. A pretty good exit. It's gonna be within 6 seconds. He's gonna close up the line. Hellas here's gonna take 3rd place away.
Wow.
I'm gonna take 3rd. No, I'm kidding. It took the final lap to make the pass for 3rd, but it's gonna happen.
Hey, maybe it wasn't for the lead, but you gotta admit, even if it wasn't on the track, maybe it wasn't for the lead. That was a pretty intense battle, quote-unquote battle for the podium. That was awesome. That was a great race. That was awesome. I didn't expect that much from Monaco.
Yeah, that was a good race. I'll tell you that. Well, it's just your magic at Monaco, you know?
Yeah, that's your alliteration for today. Magic Monaco. There you go.
The magician at Monaco. But yeah, there you go. What a race. I know there wasn't a lot of people who stuck around, especially in the 2nd half, but we had a good race out there. Brazilian at the podium. Heck yeah. I don't care. We got a Brazilian flag up there at 3rd.
Oh,
Now it's time to invite the podium drivers, KSI,
name.
Risen, and BDF 48. No. Sorry.
Who knows? These results might change. Who knows? Hell might get a penalty for that, but we'll see. There you go. Once again, KSI gets a 2nd win in a row, 2 for 2 so far in the F1 League. Risen Midnight, the home favorite in P2, was here getting a 3rd place. Don't disregard the Brazilian in P3. I don't know how the hell he ended up there. P4 goes to Tactical Austin. P5 goes to J-Mac, his first top 5 of the season. Had a very difficult race, but hey, he stuck it. He stuck with it. Did a good job. DN will get 6th. Duke the Rebel, Call Me Rick, and react to all DN. That's points to 6th through 9th.
Indeed. Those are your finishing results. So now it is time to interview our podium drivers. So we're going to start with the interview with third place. BDF, do you have your mic? No. Hell is here 36. Do you have your mic included in the stream or your audio included in the stream? You have it. You got to go to the party and click the checkbox.
There's a little checkbox there. Gotta click it. Click it or tick it.
Up in the party menu.
It's in the Xbox party. There should be a little checkbox. Make sure there's a check in it. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
You good? All right.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, Hell is here 36. Running out of the Mercedes camp. Second time ever Mercedes has been on the podium in the Shake and Bake F1 League. How are you feeling right now with that third place finish, especially right at the end?
Did I? I thought I finished 5th or something.
No, you got third.
No, you got.
See, this is the thing. None of us even know who got third, but yes.
There. But funny enough, you're actually a spectator, so I don't know how your ghost car ended up in there. That's weird.
I have no idea how I did. Well, it was intense, you know. I had to fight BDF for the position, and then yeah, it was kind of really intense race. It was hardworking, sweating.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
how about that little battle there with you and Tactical Austin for the lead? That was one of the highlights of the race. Take us through that.
It was really bad. Oh no, you know, I was trying to like I got out of the pits. I had fresh tire, fresh filling. You know, I just want to try to get the gap between KSI and myself. So yeah, but it didn't go as planned. You know, I gave him enough room, but he thinks I didn't. But yeah, it's just a race.
Hard to race at Monaco, you know. It's
that
track can barely fit 2 cars, like barely. It's really difficult to go side by side, especially at those kind of places on the track. But still, man, I mean, you made some incredible moves out there. You took the risks and it paid off. You passed a lot of people today. I think you passed more people than anyone else. Especially that fight that you had with that Force India, that Brazilian. I know Brazilians don't like to move out of the way, but that was one hell of a fight. But
yeah, I love the race.
I don't think you were noticing, but on the final few laps, since Austin had 6 more seconds of time penalty, you were really fighting for third right there. Coming down to 5 to go, you had ended up getting Austin for third, but then your scuffle with the Force India actually put you behind Austin, and on that final lap, you were behind all the way up until the final turn, but right there at the final turn of the final lap, you were able to get within 6 seconds and take third place away. Incredible finish. I will say that. What an incredible finish. Outperformed Monaco for sure, but anyways, next week is at China, Shanghai. A lot different compared to this race. How are you feeling about that track, and how are you feeling about your chances of winning?
I might try to get the pole position. See, it's hard to get the qualifying done, but we'll see what happens. I'm ready for the race.
Absolutely. You know, everyone's going to be saying it's hard to get that pole, and it really is here. Anyways, once again, congratulations on your third, and take her easy. Now it's time to interview our runner-up. Lucky Dog, you can take it away. Midnight, do you have your audio in? Audio in? All right, cool.
All right, well, first of all, congratulations on your second place finish, Midnight, at your home track, nonetheless. A very great achievement by you. Just seems that it's just getting better and better for you. Third place at Australia, and now second here at Monaco. Did you think, after starting at the very back, did you think you had what it took to win the race? Yeah, so also kind of ask you a question about the tires. Did you find that it was very difficult to keep the tires in check? Because when I was practicing a little bit, I found that the tires overheated pretty quickly. Were you having similar issues? Right, yeah. Very bold move for you actually to do over 20 laps in those ultras there. I must say, that's a lot of kudos to you. Well, I'm going to ask a similar question that BDF asked. You actually moved to the second place in points, and we're heading to China. So, what are your opinions on the track? And do you think that moving up in the second place, did you really expect this going into the season this early? That's true, right? That is very true. Yep. Well, it's all about learning, and congratulations, second place. Very valiant effort from you, starting all the way in the back. Very calm, cool, clean race. Tip of the hat to you. All right, BDF.
Alrighty, I am standing by our winner, KSI Ain't Scared. Is your audio in the stream? Or audio included in the stream?
Well, of course it is.
Just making sure. Because, I'll always ask this person, or not you, but I'll ask anyone that I'm reviewing, they're going to be like, what? Like, even after two people got interviewed and I asked the same question, they would still be confused. But anyways, congratulations on your win here at Monaco. 2 for 2 on the season. How are you feeling right now?
It's a good win. I don't know what happened in the beginning to call me recon. I think he hit the wall and he got wing damage in the beginning. I was catching him very, very rapidly, and then passed him at one point. When he went in pit lane, we both went in pit lane at the same time. He got a wing. I didn't need one. I went back out. Got caught behind Tactical Austin, who was on much, much older tires and was going way slower. And I actually got a little bit of wing damage from it. So I basically had to drive all the way from lap 10 to lap 39 with half a front wing. So, just like I said last week, this track isn't about trying to win or trying to podium. It's about just trying to be there at the finish. And most of the time, if you're one of the ones that's there at the finish, you're going to get a podium or a win. So it's a good week for McLaren.
Yep, good week for McLaren and good burnouts indeed to come. McLaren has a great history at Monaco. They won, I'm pretty sure, 6 in a row in the 80s and 90s with Senna and Prost. And they've also had a few wins with some of the newer guys like Alonso. But, yeah, that was a good run by you. Especially in those final laps, even with the strategy against you, you were able to not lock it out, of course, because you were really quick out there for those final 15 laps on those ultra softs, even when they started to get old. Able to get by two people on track and make the move for the win and hold off midnight even with the penalty. So congratulations on your part.
Whenever the safety car came out, that really kind of threw a wrench in my plans, because I was far enough out in front that if I would have pitted, I would have either come out right in front of them or right behind them, so it would have been an easier drive. But whenever the safety car came out, my pit window was still 5 laps away, so I couldn't go in and get on the super sauce because my car just didn't feel good on them. So I had to wait those 5 laps and go in to put on the ultra sauce. So I had to try to put as much time between Tactical Austin and midnight as I could. And then whenever I pitted and came back out, I caught up to midnight. They were about 10 seconds from me when I came back out. And I was able to catch up to midnight. And, midnight raced very respectfully. He kind of moved over, gave me a lane to make the overtake if I wanted to. So, I got through to second. and then it was all about chasing down first. And Hellas here actually had a mistake somewhere in the chicane, and I was able to just drive around his car as it was stopped on track, and then from there I pretty much just tried to manage the gap to midnight. So all in all, good day.
Good day indeed for you. Able to get that win. So now you are 17 points ahead of second place in the standings. I mean, you're turning into a certain guy that has raced in prior leagues in Shake and Bake. All you season 2 IndyCar people, you'll know who this guy is. It's Ferrari Net 94. You're really setting the pace out there, race after race, doing a fantastic job. We go to China next week, and yeah, what are you expecting from there? How are you gonna prepare yourself in the race? Just yeah.
Well, you know, China's it's a technical track, but it's not a technical track. You know, the long back straightaway gives you plenty of time to make up about over half a second on somebody, you know, with DRS and ERS and overtake, you know, so you got plenty of overtaking opportunities there. It's a decent track for me. It's not one of my better ones. It just has so much of an elevation change within the first sector that it can really get your car unsettled. So, you know, just practice and get with a couple of the guys and run some practices this week, and just kind of get the car prepared. Hopefully by Saturday, we'll be doing this all over again, and I'll be on top. You know, that's always the main goal, but you know, the secondary goal is just to finish. So you always want to make sure you're bringing the car across the line to get points no matter what.
Indeed. So yeah, once again, congratulations on your win. Great time talking to all three of you at the top of the podium, on the podium. So speaking of points, great day for 5th place runner J-Mac. He got 10 points. That's really going to make old Gene Haas happy. And Dion also got that 6th place finish. Unfortunately for Recon, Duke, and Raitu, their races ended earlier than they wanted to. That's what happens in Monaco. It just bites you out of nowhere. In Tactical Austin, he was 13 laps away from the checkered flag, and just a racing incident in the swimming pool section cost him. So he got home in 4th place. I know it's been a tough week for him. This is not what he wanted, but we'll just hope it gets better throughout the week. But anyways, next week is at Shanghai. We are at Shanghai, one of the fastest parts of the calendar. It's down at that long back straightaway. You're going to see a lot of moves being made there. If you hung out for the tryouts a few weeks ago, you'll know we had a good race over there. And we're going to have more drivers, and it's going to be a very interesting one to watch. Hard to predict the winner for each of these races. But yeah, I will catch you guys next week.
Sayonara.